Let's do another NX4 tip. Okay, when Onyx took over these consoles and changed, updated, brought out the NX4, they curiously got rid of one feature of the Surface. And that is that right here for your sub playback banks, okay, not submasters, but sub playbacks, there used to be on the old consoles a little wheel that allowed you to change the bank of the sub playback. Okay. And this can be really useful, but honestly, I think more often than not, it probably caused issues and support headaches for the support team, which is probably why they got rid of it. So then one thing that people really struggle with is changing banks on these faders. Okay. So there's a couple ways that you can do it, a couple reasons why to do it, and a couple reasons why not to do it. First and foremost, if you pull up the Submaster module window in Onyx, you will see that there is a bank up and down key, and you can hit it, and it'll go up and down the banks all day long. Okay. There probably also is a function key. Let's find out. That also does the same thing. Yeah, previous subbank and next subbank, and there's also a subbank ... And then I believe, do you hit a number? No options available. I've honestly never used that one. Oh, and it just, I see. And then you hit your number. Yep. So you hit that, then you hit your number, and you're back. But on an NX4, there's an even easier way to do it. It's really that simple. And then we'll talk about why. Okay. You've got a bank key. Hold that. Hit the flash button under the fader for the bank you want. That means this is 1, this is 2, and this is 24. So you can go between up to 24 banks using this method. That's really cool. Now, why would you do that and why would you not do that? Well, the biggest reason why people don't switch banks on the sub playbacks in Onyx and on the NX4 is because the first 12, the faders, are non-motorized faders, meaning that if you bring it forward or backwards to a different bank, you're going to have to relocate the fader before it works. You have to match up where it is and with the next item. But a lot of people find the buttons to be really powerful, and you might want to change a lot that's on the buttons, right? So what would you do? Well, one way to do it that I think is really good is you can go ahead, for example, and take your cue list. So that's cue list 13. I'm just going to go to the cue list directory real quick, and I had it selected already. Cool. And I'm going to copy that, and I'm actually just going to stick it on fader 7 just to make it easy to get to. Because watch this magic. Now I'm going to go back over here just so you can see it on the screen a little bit, and also here. And I'm going to copy cue list 13. And then I'm going to go, clear that. I'm going to go up in bank. I'm going to copy cue list 13 to the first playback. Okay. Then I'm going to do it again. I'm going to go up a bank. Yeah. Copy cue list 13, first fader. Now, what this demonstration is going to show us is that I can bring this fader down, say to 70%, okay? And then I can switch pages, 65%. And every time I switch pages, the fader is exactly where it needs to be every time on the submaster, on the sub playback rather, okay? So if I do that for all the banks I'm going to use on these 12 sub playbacks, then I could have the buttons be different on every page. Okay. So what are some ways you could use this? Ultimately, when you switch banks on a sub playback, okay, you still only have one place to label it. So for the faders, you want them to be, well, in this case, I'm just using the same cue list on every bank. So it's always the same thing. You stick a label on there, you're good to go. But on the buttons, you now have 12 buttons that you can do whatever you want with. But again, you only have one label. So how do you get around this? Okay. The first is, if you have a monitor that's oriented over here in this area right above the faders, you could dock this view on that monitor and always have dynamic labels that change with what you do. that works, but I honestly just prefer to have variations of the same thing. So whether that means I'm putting a bunch of color combinations, positions, effects, whatever, on these faders, I have 12 different options. And maybe like the first two are an intensity effect, the next two are color, the next two are movement, and then maybe these are all individual movement positions or something like that. Okay. Now, between pages, they're all going to be kind of the same thing. And then the page can change the type of that. So, I've got two movements on page one that are kind of slow, maybe two on page two that are medium, two on page three that are fast, right? Same with all my other ones. And so then I can label it once, change the bank as needed, and still not get confused. It can be a lot, but it is a way to use banks with the NX4. How do you use it? Have you used an NX4 before? If you need an NX4 and you'll learn stuff here, please come get it from us. We would love to help you and have the option to get this for you. Not only can we get you the console, but we're going to bundle training with it. So request a quote. We'll give you access to our labs, which has all of our courses, step by step, everything you need to know about these. And so you can not only get the console, but make the most out of it. And we're the only person who can do that. Okay, so let us quote this out to you today over at Above AVL, Learn Stage Lighting Gear, links everywhere below. And if you need cable ties, everybody does. We have worked with the manufacturer to make a really awesome cable tie. Go check those out. We'll link directly to it below, and we'll see you guys in our next video. Thanks.